What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit subscribe, join Ninja Nation, the fastest growing baseball community on YouTube. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Matthew Liberator, who has an absolutely gorgeous curveball and a mid-90s fastball. He had 6 strikeouts and 5 shutout innings, giving up only 2 hits. That curveball has up to 70 inches of drop, and when you overlay it with his fastball, you can see why he gave hitters fits all day. Shane Bieber had 5 strikeouts in 8 innings, giving up only 1 run, and had a wicked knuckle curve and slider. Tony Gonsolin had 7 Ks in 6 innings thanks to his splitter, which is always nasty, and his slider. Chad Kuhl, which would be my name if I ever pitched in the major leagues, had 7 Ks in 6 1/3 innings. Opponents are only hitting 129 off Kuhl's slider, and it has about a 40% whiff rate. Brady Singer had some nasty two-seamers. And look at these backdoor painted two-seamers. You can't do it much better than that. I mean, Singer is more like a painter. He had 8 strikeouts in 5 2/3 innings, and I apologize for that dad joke. Unfortunately, that's probably the only downside of being part of Ninja Nation, being subjected to that. Logan Gilbert had 5 Ks in 7 shutout innings. He ended the game on this 97-mile-an-hour fastball on his 100th pitch. He's a stud. Speaking of studs, Nathan Eovaldi is a stud. He threw a complete game. Yay, Pitching Ninja complete game, applause. His stuff and messing with timing can be unfair. Here's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball on a quick pitch slide step out of his windup, and he threw 98 miles an hour on his 107th pitch. He had 6 strikeouts in 9 innings and was just dominant. Joe Musgrove was also dominant with his sliders and curveballs. Dude spins a baseball really, really well. Here's a get-me-over fastball combined with his slider, and you can see how he sets up a hitter. The fastball was a strike, a get-me-over strike, and then he throws a slider off of it where the hitter sees it in the same tunnel and has to swing. And here's a cutter-curveball combo. You can see how filthy that is. That curveball drops off the face of the earth. Musgrove had 7 Ks in 6 innings and now has a 1.86 ERA on the season. Definitely going to be a Cy Young contender. Garrett Cole bullied hitters. He had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 2 hits, had these wicked sliders. I mean, look at the movement on that. And here's a quick overlay of his fastball and slider. When I say bullied hitters, check this out. He gets the K with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and just stares Choi down. I mean, Choi seems like a happy fella. I don't understand why Cole's so mean to him. Actually, Choi's been really successful against Cole. I think he was batting .571 against them coming into the game, so Cole took it a little personally. The best and filthiest performance by a starter yesterday, though, was Sandy Alcantara. He had an amazing 14 strikeouts in 8 innings, and his stuff is off the charts. He threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball on his 108th pitch to get his 14th K. I mean, that is insane. And then he had a 94-mile-an-hour changeup. I mean, who throws a 94-mile-an-hour changeup? That's faster than so many dudes' fastballs. It's not fair. And speaking of not being fair, look what he did to Michael Harris here in Michael Harris's first career at-bat. He threw him 3 ridiculous changeups. I mean, dude, that's hazing. Alcantara also got a sword on this slider. I mean, the man was absolutely firing on all cylinders. And this was one of the most dominant pitching performances I've seen all season. And for those who think a 94-mile-an-hour changeup is too fast, well, here's an overlay of his 99-mile-an-hour fastball with that 94-mile-an-hour changeup. And you can see how long they look the same, and that changeup dives to the dirt. That's one reason his changeup is so tough. Alcantara has a 2 ERA this season and is squarely in the middle of the Cy Young hunt. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Alex Vesia had this fastball and fire K-strut. Look at him go. Alexis Diaz, yes, Edwin's brother, had these 2 Ks on pure diesel. And my filthiest reliever yesterday, Scott Effross, K'd the side on these frisbee sliders. Look at those things go. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. This may be one of the cutest and worst first pitches of all time.
도구리 시구 어떻게 보십니까?
도구리 연습 좀 해야 되는데요. 네.